So I urgently need to bring something to the village over, but my horse is not particularly fast, and I'm afraid I won't make it in time. Do you have a potion for horses to make them faster or give them more endurance? I don't like this potion, water. Make the potion a different one. By extra, I like it when a potion's ingredients are simple and clear. The potion shouldn't have more than one type of ingredient. By the way, earth probably is really gross. Don't add any of it. Okay. Okay. He doesn't say he needs it to be best ingredient. He just needs it to be a good ingredient. Okay. Okay. I do think it has to be wine. I think it has to be this. Swiftness. Could also be muscle. Okay, let's do muscle. Because it earth power is gross, which to me indicates it wants to go down to this one. Okay, we're just gonna go down here and make him a T1. But I think there's a way to do a T2. But I think I need to be over a bit. Alright, and... okay. Let's do this. Looks very gross. Here we go. Alright, good. Because I was like, we could do the other one, but I feel like that when he said earth power, he was referring to the muscle being the one he wants more. I can't light my oven because I lost my flint. Do you have anything that can use to start a fire instead? Liquid fire. You know what? No one's actually asked for the sunshine potion in a little bit. I mean, not necessarily because it has anything to do with this, but just because in general. Hello! Do you have something cool? Do you need anything? He doesn't have anything I really want. No. Goodbye, my man. Be safe. Oh, sad. Alright, so you're almost over that day before I went off on a tangent. Okay. Now we are closer. Let's go to sleep. Thank you, by the way. Oh, so now you make happy noises because your father has returned. Now you suck up for all the squawking because you thought I murdered him. I only tease about murdering him. That's right. She's got fluff stuff stuck on the side of her face. I only tease about murdering him. Murdering him is too expensive and requires too much effort. I have to poison him, and poison's expensive. Someone's gonna take me seriously one of these days, but I'm absolutely messing around. Oh, they hit the spot. This is the one I was really craving. My favorite one. but I'm hoping to try
I
and.
got so many that the cashier lady said, "Oh, it must be a really good day for you to get so many."
What do you mean?
She asked that. She saw me with so many. You know, the cat. I just said, "Oh, it must be a really good day." She must say, "I know this is for her, right? It must be a happy day."
Oh my goodness.
I told her, and I told, I know you got to eat first. I told her it's just gonna be a happy night.
No, you
I
didn't.
did.
No.
I actually did.
No.
You want to go back here?
No.
Yes, I did.
No. Why would you say that?
Why not?
That's just awful. That poor fucking cashier. This is what I want.
She
This.
said, "Oh."
This is why. This is why people don't like you.
Send me out for grocery shopping.
No.
Shopping, right?
No. I'm disappointed in you. Disappointed. I wonder
I
if.
had spice without buying spice.
Fuck you. That's all I'm saying. Alright. Alright. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I was like, wait, why is that one so much bigger than the others? Just because it's been picked. She's very happy. The budgets yesterday were very, very quiet. The day before, they were very rowdy and goofy and everywhere and all over the place. And then the day after that, they were all just like super tired. They wore themselves thin. Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Want to barter? I mean, want to haggle? I can sell, I can buy, or we can just swap. Oh, she has another one! Another poster. Oh, I guess we just do the head thing. Now we see a lot more of her stuff, which is great. Okay, first off, let's trade a bunch of these wonky ones. Like that one. Oh, I need to trade that one. We can trade that one with her. All right. Let me... Oh, that is so tiny. That is a very, very tiny, like, thing. What's this to say? Probably some philosopher. Or somebody's grandpa. We just stole someone's grandpa's picture. Did I not get the other thing? I guess I didn't. I thought I grabbed this one. Maybe I did, I just didn't put it in there. I don't really need the skulls. I'm just kind of collecting them this time around. Just kind of for the giggles of it all. I could also do the teapot. Because I haven't got the teapot recently. Oh, I did get a teapot. Never mind. Oh, wait, did I get two of them? Okay, cool. It's fine. I got two of them by accident, but that's okay. We'll take this one and put it downstairs. But this one also looks pretty cool on this wall. Look at that. I think that actually looks legitimately cool. It does need to be kind of centered a little bit better. Let's put it right here. It looks so ominous. I like it. Alright. It also kind of looks like like some kind of mythical conversation going on. Oh, yummy. I want to reconcile with a person that is very dear to me. Is there a potion for something like this? Water is my passion. Make it using this potion. Already on you. Okay, there's that. Not that, sorry. I grabbed the wrong red. Okay, I was curious if that would do anything. Alright, but it's definitely this. Are you falling asleep? Are you putting yourself to sleep? I need a potion that can get rid of cockroaches, bed bugs, and any insects. Acid! Okay, fine. Fine, we'll do poison. Technically, acid would do it. But he wants that. Also, this is a really pretty outfit. I love that. Nice little bits of green and orange going on there. Seriously, I used to not like the coloring of orange and green together. I only really like it if it has silver or white kind of mixed in with it. Because for whatever reason, it makes it less... The orange hurts my eyes. I haven't been able to get a good night's sleep for some time. Do you have anything that can help me sleep? Water potions. Potions that use this base are rather strange. Make it using a different potion. Oh, and don't give me any of your weak stuff. I need your best potion. Okay. So, she needs a sleep thing, which is here. I think that's it. It's just that. It has to be an all wine. Okay. Well, okay, so she wants... She wants it out of this. We're gonna be fighting polar bears? I was about to say snow bears, but that's not the same thing. It was just talking about Bioshock 4. I don't know. As long as their ending isn't as crap as it was before. It's just kind of meh. It's very downtrodden. Not as interesting. Well, it definitely could be worse. Well, it's not like... Okay, for a game back then, I feel like it was lackluster. I do agree it could be so much worse, but I mean, it's kind of also one of those things that's also like saying, well, the car crash could have killed more people kind of argument, you know? It's like, yeah, but it still happened and it still wasn't great. But honestly, to be fair, I do feel like when it comes down to it, off hurt feelings and all that, I feel like when it comes to games like that, games that give you the choice to do XYZ thing, you kind of end up asking for that kind of situation. Not to make it seem like I'm trying to say something nasty, but when you set the expectation of a game where you can make your own destiny, or you can change a situation, or you have choice, it does... Granted, most of the time it was like trying to give you the idea that you have, that you didn't get like true choice, you know, like you were just manipulated into doing things, but you still have the choice as you have player agency to be like, I'm not gonna let this stand, you know. And I feel like that plays a really big factor in why I feel like Bioshock 3 felt gross, was because there was no agency. And to be fair, that's what they were going for. They wanted that so that it would hurt more when you felt that repetitiveness going on, because it was supposed to make you realize how those characters in that situation would have felt, you know. It was meant to kind of be like, see how awful that would have been, you know? Aren't you happy like the first two games weren't like that? It's kind of like playing, like, if you've ever like had those... okay, I don't need this full thing, but we're gonna do this. Yeah, where You have to kill yourself.
or to end up.
Yeah, I do agree. I feel like that is kind of icky because it doesn't feel like it solves anything because here's the thing. If it has a habit of repeating, someone else will just take your place. I ended up reading recently a comment. I was watching a different video game, explanation thing, and someone was saying that if the villain didn't do XYZ thing, somebody else would have. There would have been someone else. Okay, yeah. There was someone in the comment section saying that if Hitler hadn't been the one to do what he did in history, someone else would have done it.
Yep.
That doesn't mean that what he did wasn't awful. They're just saying that there would be someone who is equally as awful who would do the same thing in his stead. Because it's one of those things that, because you think about it, right? Nothing's a war crime until somebody does it the first time, right? As messed up as that is, that's the truth. And that should put into perspective about how awful warfare can be and stuff in that regard. Different persons, different outcomes, because like I said, people will test boundaries. Right or wrong, they will test boundaries. And they will test the level that they can go to before their humanity is jeopardized. Right? Again, not right to do that. Definitely in the wrong for that situation, but it is what that is. I'm gonna make it a little lighter. Yeah, I like that one. It's very pretty. Nice. She didn't ask for the different ingredients. Okay, cool. What?
What aesthetics do you like in Bioshock?
You mean a place and stuff?
Yeah.
Aesthetically wise, I liked the DLC where you're in the underwater city. Because they did a really good job with the water effects.
I had a lot of people praise that.
But and I do think Bioshock does a really good job of having an interesting place. Their environments are as symbolic and unique as they come. Right? Because there's a reason they placed it under the sea and why they placed, one in the air and stuff. There was symbolic reasons behind that.
I wish that it really, since they're making the Bioshock 4, a lot of people hoping that we get more to see about life. It's not gonna be the same, Rapture. This is gonna be a different place than at Archie.
Yeah, another messed up philosophy I thought that turned the think tank type thing.
But people wish that they want to see be there before shit hits the fan.
Yeah, what happens?
Yeah, being on the water. It's gonna take place in a casino.
See.
So everyone wants to see that. And let's see life how it's going in the casino before things start, going downhill.
I mean, it'd be kind of cool if you could also play through the character's memories, where the main character is playing in present, but as you go through the story, you live his memories and what happened with the casino and stuff. And how everything spiraled so aggressively. Oh man, what if all of the stuff that happened started on a gamble? Well, because you think about it, the twins from Rapture, they were in physics, I think. They were messing with loops and times and spaces and stuff, and they found they came across each other because in her world, in her time, or in her world, her brother died, and she found a world where her brother didn't die, and they were interacting with each other and passing notes. So they found ways to fracture and travel through these portals to each other to be meeting each other up. So I would like to know more about the twins and how that all happened, but it would be interesting because the twins talk about philosophy and theoretics versus morality and stuff like that. They have some nice interesting conversations going on in the backgrounds and stuff. It would be interesting if someone made a bet that humanity wouldn't be able to resolve this, or that you, the player, could make a bet one way or the other in the casino, and that triggers everything, or at least it may feel like it triggered everything.
You want gambling mechanics into the casino?
You know, in Fallout with the gambling chip,
Yeah.
they started using gambling chips in that lore because it was in Las Vegas, and that was part of the main industry before the apocalypse, and it became a big industry afterwards. People gambling their chips away for a better situation. That just became part of their lives. But I was sitting here thinking that because BioShock has a habit of having kind of like philosophic kind of like ideas on like, you know, is it, you know, because like how to explain it, like, okay, in the underwater city they had the discipline where they were like, everyone's free to learn and do what they desire. There isn't anything that's necessarily sinful or off limits, right? It was meant to be free, like a free, like, well, it was meant to be a place where the working man could inspire and grow and get where you need to go and stuff. Industry, basically. But there is a dark side to all of those things, right? They had people who were killing other people. They had people who were scamming them, who were trying to use manipulation to take control over the city. You know, it became a power struggle instead of it being about being free from the tyranny of the upper cities. You know, the BioShock 3 was about religious craziness taking control in order to seize power of a place, because believing that forcing people to be good was the only way to save people or to do it right, and they used people's religious faith in them, or their faith as a weapon, weaponizing faith essentially. So like they talk about the good and the bad to this, you know. So I wonder if they'll do something like that with gambling, that maybe they'll bet things, or the main player will bet something to another person saying, oh, I bet humans will never get better, or I bet that if given the chance humans would do the right thing, kind of thing, and that would set your course in the story on where you would go. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying that it should be based off gambling. I was just basically saying maybe it's based off betting, like, oh, I bet humanity's better than that, or yeah, you know, in the game, like when you get to pick between the cage and the bird, and that's your options.
Yeah, not false choice.
Mm-hmm. Except in that situation with the gambling, you could, instead of it being a straight choice, okay, because here's the thing, in the other game you had a choice to not hurt the little girls and save them.
Yeah.
Then you had the redemption arc where you failed and succeeded later. Then you had the one where you had no choice at all, but it was a false choice because it looked like you had a choice,
Yeah.
right? Then they could do this, where you have two choices, but if you want the outcome you get, or want, you have to fight for it. So for instance, if you were to say, oh, humanity, it could be better if they have an opportunity, they would put your choice to the test. That you would have to face some hard choices on who was really worth saving, or like, is it really worth that? Because people will test your patience on if they're worthy of your forgiveness or not. And it sounds horrible, but it's a thin line to walk on when it comes to forgiveness and protecting yourself and having boundaries, right? Because I know some Christians who would be like, oh yeah, you just forgive and forgive and forgive. There is a limit to your forgiveness. You can forgive and forgive, but there is a point where you have to put your hands up and say, I have a boundary. You have a habit of not respecting and loving and caring about me, etc., etc., etc. This is my boundary. Do not cross it, right? So a lot of Christians believe, like, I see more Christians have this problem than us, where they believe that if they don't forgive, they are bad people, and that they have to forgive because that's what the Bible says. No. You're supposed to be forgiving and have hope in arms, but if they continue to harm you, it's okay to protect yourself by saying, I'm not gonna stand for this, right? But a lot of like Christians would use, or a lot of religious figures, not just Christians here, but a lot of religious figures will use the example of constantly putting up with people's bad behavior because that could save them or something, right? Like they bring up the example of the father who has a son that just keeps messing up and keeps coming back to him, and the father keeps holding his arms open to him, right? And he keeps coming back, always more of a failure than the last. Now, that's meant to represent how you should love your kids, in the sense that it should always be unconditional. Not that that's how you should let people treat you. it's okay to be like to forgive them once, twice, 3 times, but if they continue to make it, if they do it 3 times, it's a pattern, and you're supposed to put down boundaries and say, hey, look, I love you, I care about you, or I like you, or we're good friends, but you can't be doing this to me, this is disrespectful or painful or whatever, right? So that'd be kind of interesting if they did something like that with the next game with BioShock, where you have these choices, but if you want to get that ending, you have to fight for it by actually giving a very descript idea of what is expected of you, you know? Because I think that's kind of cool. It's kind of like, it's not, it's kind of like how a lot of games have multiple endings, where they have different things. You can do something like that. You can even have more than 2 endings and have it splinter. Everyone loves a good splintering endings, you know? I like a lot of the strange horticulture and strange tiki because of that. Sorry. Maybe. I think it'd be kind of cool if we just learned more about the world in general. Or even if it's a third city that happened that also... Could you imagine if it's like a third city that collapsed soon after the others? Or even before? Imagine being a survivor from the calamity and then you're getting, like, hearing radio forecast telling you about how the city fell and how they have lost signal with the Adora city. You know? Oh man, you'd be messed up. It's if they have a radio that you can hear multiple universes. So the main protagonist has no idea what's going on because he's getting so many different like voices through the radio, and he's just like, I don't know who it's real because I hear all of them. You know. I think I would be kind of nice if there was a new character. I still like the idea of having the old characters where they reappear. It would be kind of cool to see a reappearance of all of the characters and have a team of 4.
Like a little sister?
Like,
Or big sister?
Yeah, little sister, big sister, or like, the big daddy from the first game. Maybe mentions of him, or even, able to communicate with him. Another could be talking to her. Yeah, or talking to, the main 2 protagonists from BioShock 3. Because I think it'd be cool if there is, it'd be nice if there was more than just one character being played.
What if we meet like the other one where like he came there to get like pieces to build Columbia?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It would be interesting if maybe this guy is able to kind of like hear patches of like things, so he can hear the events happening in the other games, but he can't interact with them. He's like a ghost. You know, and he has to grab things as he goes along. Anyways, I don't know. They probably have a whole story right on it because they wouldn't announce it if they didn't have an idea. It is good. Alchemist, I often feel like my life could use a few drops of luck. Do you happen to have those? Drops of luck? Only a strong potion will work here. Wait, okay, if you need a strong one, why do you want only the drops? I mean, maybe like a daily dosage type thing? Maybe you're just wanting to... Don't put them in your eyeballs. Don't do like eye drops into your eyeballs because that's not how you should drink it. Maybe like put it in your tea, maybe? That's a pretty set of colors. You matched the other girl that came in earlier. But do you have any relaxation potions, if you know what I mean? Ugh. You went from being fashionable, in my opinion, to being a dick with an instance. Do I have a 3? I do. I'm pretty sure. I want you to pay extra and get out of my face. Alright, get out of my face. I need a poison to hurt some extremely hardy monsters. Water potions use this base rather strange. The potions that use this base are rather strange, making it a different base. I don't like complicated potions. There should be more than 2 types of ingredients. She said hardy. No! Hardy! Different word. Disrespectful. No, it's not. It's not even close. You're so Gabby now that he has returned. He didn't abandon you or forsaken you. Probably should have, but didn't. She thought so too. Did you hear her? Did you hear her squawk aggressively?
Yeah. She can understand you over a bed, so unfortunately, she squawking like she didn't see what you did right now.
She's so sassy.
Yeah, because she understood what you just said.
It's a girl joking, okay? If you're not insulting your bestie, you don't love your bestie. I'm just saying. He's a man. He doesn't understand the bestie code. Okay. Oh, she's not being aggressive. She's being fluffy. Big baby. Just happy noises. Alright, I want to hear another peep from you, woman. Not the bird, the customer. You're dressed like in plum purple. That's pretty cool. It looks kind of plummish. Alright, I heard cats can even... I heard cats can see everything in the dark. I want vision like a cat's eyes. Well, I don't know if they can see everything. They definitely can see quite a bit. I mean, I've scared my cat in the dark before, so I'm sure he still has blind spots. Just not to the same extent. Hello, brought some amazing mushrooms today. Want to have a look? Sure. I don't use these, really. Bye. Oh my gosh, hello. I think my vegetables in my field have gotten smaller. Do you have anything that can make them big again? I guess that's good. That to me makes a lot more sense, you know what I mean? That's a good use of a potion, because I'm sure his crops feed not just his family, but like the town too, and having small produce means less to go around. Especially if he's doing things like pumpkins, or maybe grapes. Like having more grapes is important. I have so much money that it makes everyone jealous. I wouldn't be surprised if someone wanted to curse me. Do you happen to have anything that protects me against curses? Okay, don't say that so loudly in the store. That will get you a curse. The amount of times I've seen people give other people dirty looks because they dare brag about wealth in public. Yeah, it's just not wise. I think my head is too big. Is there a way to make it smaller? Get bigger. Become fatter. And then your head will become proportionate to the rest of you. Eat donuts, basically. I need a potion that will let me go untouched until I can get the signal to attack. Oh, you want to be invisible? I didn't sell that one. I figured someone was gonna want it. I find myself unable to sleep. Do you have anything that can work for me? Only the strongest will work. Okay, you want a sleep potion. And the sleep potions are going right now. They're not expensive or anything. You might also just be needing a nice bed, too. Because if you've been sleeping out in the field, I could see it being a little bit of pain. I need a potion that can throw that deals additional deals damage. I wanted potion's main ingredients to be shadow shroom. I like the way it smells. Do I have one that uses that? I think this one. I'm pretty sure I have one that does use that. Alright, there you go. Alchemist, what kind of potion should I code my weapon with that will make it repel magic attacks? Do you have one? I need a potion with only one-time ingredient. Yeah. So anti-magic. I think barrier would have been a good one too. For that, like for a magic shield. Oh, it's you. Oh, hi. What's that you're brewing there? Let me guess. I bet it's some mixture for the runs or a love potion. Smiles. Anyways, fess up. Do you need any of my wares? Do you use love potions? Oh wow, you've got questions and then some. Puts her arms, on her hips. I guess she's like play, like, I don't know. Let's do it like this. If I ever need a love potion, you'll be the first one I ask. Raises an eyebrow and smiles playfully. That's because you make good potions, of course. Well then, shall we do business? I wouldn't sell you a love potion because you're a thief and you need Jesus. But whatever. Get out of my face. Goodbye. Okay, cool. Wanted to get through the day so that we would have that done. I did just notice that we are getting very close to another level, so maybe I'll make something just to get more levels. Let me do this. Just to kind of top it off type stuff. I don't know if this is going to be lined up perfectly or not. Okay. I'll just do that so we have something. There we go. It's not something great, but it'll be something to sell. So that gives one more point to work with. Like I said, I really want... I don't know if we can actually grow or, you know, plant these. I don't know if they have seeds for that, but I'm hoping so. Anywho, we'll save and we'll move on to the next game, which is going to be Strange Antiquities.